Guys, anyone who knows me knows I love to knit, and that is what this video is going to be about. I actually got a video request from my best friend to do a video about a couple of different things. This video is going to be about cabling because I'm currently doing a project that involves cabling, and I figured I might as well do a video about cabling since I am cabling, so that's what I'm going to do. There's a couple things you need to know about cabling before you jump into it. First of all, cabling is different on straight needles and on circular needles. I haven't tried it on straight needles yet, but I am doing it on circular needles, and I actually think it's probably going to be easier on circular needles because it's just one steady long pattern. And you need to know how to knit because that is what this part is right here. And you're going to want to know how to purl, which is the in-between part between the pretty cables. So I'm sure you can see if I stretch it a little bit. These are the cables, the stitches that weave over each other. I'm going to, a little later in the video, I'm going to go into a bigger demonstration of where I actually show you how to cable knit on circular needles. Cables open the door to like so many pretty patterns, which is one reason why I learned. I think cabling, anyone can cable, even if you're a beginning knitter. As long as you know how to knit, purl, and work with circular needles, you can do it. Or DPNs, it doesn't really matter because DPNs are the same thing as circular needles. And I really enjoy this, and I want you guys to enjoy it too. Because on YouTube, I'm one of those people that I need to see something to understand how to do it instead of reading it. I don't know, I think a lot of people are like that. And so I tried learning from YouTube videos, and it was really hard for me because there wasn't really any videos out there that had like exactly what I needed. So I figured I'd do my own video for cabling, and that's what I'm going to show you guys to do. What else should I mention? Yarn. Cabling varies with yarn. The kind I'm using right now is a bulky weight because it's really soft and really pretty. And I liked the color, and I just thought it'd be good for cabling with. You can cable with pretty much any type of yarn, but if you're just starting to cable, I recommended worsted weight or bulky weight. Another thing with cabling is, which I will show you in the video, is that once you get done with one cable, the stitches tend to become really tight, but that's just because you obviously just cross stitches over each other. So you're going to want to watch out for that, and you're going to want to move your stitches along your circular needle a lot more than you probably normally would if you were just knitting normally. Always cast on a couple more stitches with your than the pattern requires. I don't know if that's really the smart thing to do, but that's what I did, and I adjusted it myself because the cables tend to make the stitches a little more tight once you're done with the hat. So the pattern I'm doing is supposed to fit an average adult size head, which is between a circumference of 20 and 22 inches. And I have a fat head, so I have 22 inches on my head. But yeah, so those are just a couple of facts that you're going to want to know. And I'll put those facts at the end of the video again, so you guys can forget, and I'll put them in the little sidebar thing, that way you know. And I'll also put a site in the sidebar that has helped me out a lot with videos. And if you are already a seasoned knitter, I'll put another site in the sidebar called Ravelry.com, which is a knitting site where you can get a lot of advice and help in knitting patterns for free, and it's a really fun site. So I am now going to go into showing you how to cable knit, so enjoy! Oh, I love knitting! Okay, so you finally come to the part in your knitting where you have to cable. Always start at the beginning of a row unless the pattern says otherwise. There are these things called cable needles. I'm just using a basic DPN. If you're using a double pointed needle, DPN, make sure you're either using one the same size of your circular needles or a size below or a size above, because your stitches are going to get stretched out enough as it is, and you don't really want to torture them more than you have to. Okay, so this is how you cable. You came to the beginning, right? Now, in certain patterns, it'll say like cable 3, cable 2, cable 4. In my pattern that I'm doing for my hat, I have to cable 3, which means it's going to tell you to slip the first however many stitches onto a cable needle. So since I want a cable 3 for my pattern, I'm going to take my DPN or my cable needle, whichever you guys have, and I'm going to slip 3 stitches onto cable needle. And you're going to want to push it into the middle or the little nook, whatever you're using that has. Cable needles have special U-shapes where you can hold the stitches so you don't lose them. I use bamboo DPNs. I find they hold them better than the cable needles. Maybe that's just me. So, and if you put the stitches in the front and then knit the back stitches, you're going to create a cable to the left, which is what I did. If you pull the stitches in the back, get it in the back, and then you knit in the front with the rest of your stitches, you're going to create a cable to the right. And I'm doing a cable to the left, so I'm going to pull my stitches on this DPN to the front, and then I'm going to take my yarn, wrap it around so I don't lose it. I'm going to hold that out of the way, and I'm going to knit the next 3 stitches. 1 or however many stitches the pattern calls for. Mine calls for 3. So 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch. And then you're going to make sure your stitches on this side of the needle, your left hand side, or your right hand depending on how you're knitting, are a little farther down. That way you don't lose them, because you're going to want to now pick up this needle, push those stitches you just pushed off towards the end, and this is where it gets a little difficult. You're going to knit these stitches onto this needle now. So you're going to do 1, this gets difficult, 2, and then I hate the last stitch. It sucks so bad. 3. And there you have it. That, my friends, is how you